Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Di's Shorts and happy May 1st. So this is just going to be a really quick video. I'm going to share some of the finished scrapbook pages I did where there's actually pictures on them. And it also is teaching me that I don't want to put the stickers, because I've been like making the pages and finishing with the stickers till I get the pictures. So I'm going to start putting some of the backing paper behind the actual sticker where the picture goes so that I can take it off. I'll show you a trick how I've been overcoming that, but still, it would be easier if I didn't. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So welcome. So during the video premiere, I'm in the chat room, so head on over there. I'll be there with my friends. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay and you have a question or a comment, leave it below, and then YouTube will let me know and I can reach out to you. So yeah, so I'm going to share a few of these scrapbooking kits that I finished that I put pictures on. So actually, I did some with the trip that we just went to. We went to Jacob's Lake where I was like actually working on my scrapbook pages. And then I pulled up some pictures from my trip like a year and a half ago when I went home to Canada to see my family and to see my dad for the last time. So I did some scrapbooking of those, and I still have more pictures to scrapbook, but those will be on other pages and stuff. And then I also have, since this is May the 1st, I have the mini masterpiece that you can earn for the month of May. And it's super cute. It's an old stamp set. You know how I like to pull out those old stamp sets. All right, so let's get started. So close your eyes just for a second. Now, don't forget also, I'll talk about when I flip my camera. All right, so close your eyes while I do that. It looks like I've been scrapbooking at the right time. All right, so we're going to be having a flash sale on scrapbooking. So celebrate National Scrapbooking Day with 20% off select memory keeping products. So that will be 24 hours on May the 2nd on select products. I'm trying to read here. I'm just reading a little thing at 24 hours. All right, so when you log in to my store, you can see the selected memory keeping products. So maybe it'll be some of these kits I've been showing. All right, so that's going on. Also in May, the new catalog will be starting May the 5th. So we're going to have a new starter kit offer. So there's two different things you can choose from. So if you join my team from May the 5th to the 31st, you'll get your you can pick your new in color classic Stampin' pads for free. Or if you don't want those, you can pick, hold on a second, if you don't want the ink pads, then you can add an extra $35 worth of your choice. So it's really up to you. And these are the new in colors that I showed the other a while ago with the new magnetic ink pads. So that starts May the 5th. So let's see here. So you can get the free 2028, I'm reading my thing. In color Stampin' pads with the starter kit. So it's 160 US dollars worth of products for $99. So that's pretty cool. All right. Or you can pick you can either get the pads or the extra 35. Me, if I was just joining, I would get the ink pads personally, but that is just me. I love when they give you a choice. All right, so again, that doesn't start till May the 5th. Excuse me. All right, so before we get to the scrapbook pages, I want to show you your little mini masterpiece that you're going to earn in May. So hopefully this binder is not messing with the video. Hang on, maybe I'll come down here. That might be better. All right, so this is the one that you could earn in April. So as soon as my reports finalize, I will figure out, you know, how many of these I have to make. And then this is the May one, and it's kind of hard to see, but there is the May one, the cute little bunny in the basket. So this is the May. So you can earn the little mini masterpiece if you order 75 before tax and shipping in my online store in the month of May. Now you could order a couple times, but you just have to spend a total of 75 before tax and shipping. That's a little bit different than the product of the month, which you have to spend 75 before tax and shipping in a single order to get the product of the month. And that will be starting Tuesday, I believe. I wish it would start, you know, I have no filter here. I wish it would start the very first day of the month, because it gets a little confusing. But so anyways, all right, so let's see here. Let's get to these. So I'm going to raise my camera up a little bit more. It might be too high. Ugh. All right, so I have pens in the way, I have glue in the way. All right, so one thing I want to show you is if you are like me and you put your kids together, you know, you go somewhere and you put your kids together and then you add your photos later, and you get the stickers on there. So let's see here, like right here. So like this page right here, I've got these on here. Now I don't think these are stickers. I have enough room. But this right here might be a sticker. So what you do is you just take some floss, just from, you know, some floss, and you get it up underneath, and then you just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it will break that adhesive sticky off of, you know, where you want to put your photo. Then you can put your picture, and then you can lay down the sticker again. All right, so I did do a few of my pages. So let's get this crazy old light off of there so you can see. All right, so this is getting some fresh air. So I just kind of took some pictures of the scenery. Oh, my phone is way over there making noise. All right, so I just took some pictures of the scenery as we were driving along. So here we are. I don't know what mountain that is or whatever. But so this is the drive up, and it was like deserty, right? And then we get up there, and it's pines and all this stuff. So it's just amazing, the different looks of Arizona. So I added this on here, having fun in the pines, bliss. I added this from another one of the kits. So scenic view, cool rock formations. So this was really neat. There's these huge, huge rocks, and there'll be a tiny little boulder underneath. Like, look how big this is. Like, people were parked beside them, and it just goes to show how big these rocks are. I have no idea how these rocks, you know, got put there. But anyway, so this was just when we were driving up. All right, let's go. I should have just taken these out of the binder, Diana. That might have been smarter. And then I could have just showed you the pages individually. I'm going to do that. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so there's one. Now it will be a little harder to show you, like, you know, the 2-page spread thingies, but all right, so I already showed you that one. All right, so this is the 2-page spread for this one. All right, so then I just, you know, put some pictures of Jeff saw some deer, and I love the pictures here because you can see like the sun like shining through their ear skin. So anyway, it's exciting day, explore, time to play, what have you. Now I might have changed some of these, you know, compared to how they were supposed to be. And I just said Jeff was lucky, and he saw deer and a kaibab squirrel. So he's right here kind of in the shadow. So you want to make sure that you Google kaibab squirrel. I never got to see one, but I didn't leave my room very much like Jeff did. But they have like really, really hairy ears, so they're kind of cute. All right, and then here's the next one. So we went from cool and sunny to snow. Arizona has so many kinds of weather. You just have to drive to it. And that's pretty much, the truth. So here's another little deer in there. So we have, nice sunny days here. And then the day we left, there's snow. And then time is precious. Waste it wisely. Isn't that neat? And then Jeff took a picture. He knows me, I like flowers and plants, so he brought this back, and I thought, ooh, that looks almost like a lilac, but it's moss phlox. But it's such a pretty, so I want to see if we can grow that here. All right. And then here is another 2-page spread, and this is just me showing that I was scrapbooking. So, bed hair, don't care. Weekend escape. And I did put some twine on that one. All right. And I just took some pictures of, and I need to take better pictures, obviously, but so just me like scrapbooking. And then here was when we stayed in the motel, and then here's when we moved to the hotel. So they look kind of similar, but this is where all the ants were. So Jeff hunted and I scrapbooked. We started out in a small motel room, but there were hundreds of ants, so they moved us to the hotel. Much nicer for sure. But anyway, so you can kind of see where I sat, and this is where I was scrapbooking. So that's the picture there. All right, and then here's another 2-page. And then it snowed the night before we left to go home. I got to try out my new toque. So I got this toque for when we go to Alaska. So I'm glad I took it because it was kind of burry up there that morning. It's time for an adventure, better together. Very, very cute. So this is the, oh my gosh, I can't remember now which scrapbook. I want to say this was Weekend Adventures, I think. All right. So, and then I just kind of like, they had this, so I just used that. Life is better outdoors. I kind of laugh about that because I'm a big indoor person. But here's some more of the scenery while we were driving up. And then it's got nature rules. Explore, enjoy the land, leave no trace, listen to nature, observe wildlife, respect others, be prepared, take pictures, have fun, relax, and unwind. So, but these are really cute. So I followed pretty much how it said, except, I added these little things on there once I got my pictures on there. All right, now this just goes to a different kit that I have to do pictures for. I just kind of kept it in the order. And then these are the ones I just finished. And this is my last time I saw my dad. And my sister picked me up at the airport. And then we hung out up at my dad's and my brother's. And we also went to a cabin with Jackie and our friends. So I have other pictures, but these are just the ones that I did so far. So this is Dad, Griff, and Jackie, me, Jason, and Mike. So that's Dad and the kids. And then Leah, I think Leah took the picture, so she's not in the photo. And then this is my nephew, Mike's son. And then my other little brother, Jason, and little brother, Mike. So Dad and us kids. And then this is like the 2-page spread for that. So I just kind of like went through my photos on my computer. And so the leaves were changing. It was beautiful that time of year. Here they are there. So on the drive up to Dad's, there were so many leaves changing colors. And I have more pictures, and I even have a leaf somewhere. I need to go, it's in one of the drawers. So I want to put that on the page. And that was up from Dad's trees. So anyway, so there's that one. And then you flip to this one, which is another 2-page spread. So this is grateful for this moment together. So it's hard to tell. I mean, I can see it, but I think you really have to see it there. So this is before I used the floss. So I was like breathing. Like if you breathe like with your hot air, sometimes you can moisten the adhesive. But then I went and got the floss. So this is me and Jackie. So I need to scrapbook something there. But see the beautiful red leaves? So this is out, there was like some sort of lake. And then Jackie and I went to, oh my gosh, what is this place called? Beaver Tails. And they're this pastry. Oh my gosh, they're so yummy. So I love hanging out with my sister. All right. I love hanging out with my whole family, but Jackie and I grew up together, so we have a real strong connection. All right. And then here's Jackie and Jason. And then me and Jason. I love this picture because he's looking at me like, why you got your arm around me? He is so hilarious. And then Jackie and Dad and I. So this scrapbook page, like this scrapbook kit ended up being so perfect for this trip, just because it was in the fall, and it had a lot of the nice little like sayings and stuff. Can't get enough of this. It was just perfect. And I even have pictures of deer feet. So, all right, and then here is the next like 2-page spread. So here's Dad and his cat. I can't remember what the name of the cat is. I'll have to ask Teresa. And then, but this cat, he loved Dad so much, and Dad loved the cat so much, and the cat stayed with him right till the very end. And he was looking all over for Dad. It's like, it was just amazing when they were telling me about that. But anyway, so there is Dad and his kitty. And then the last one because then it goes on to the next one. So this is, see, here's Leah. So me, Leah, and Jackie. And then me and Mike, Jackie and Mike, and me, Mike, and Jackie. So happy days, enjoying the last days of summer. But this was a great kit for these photos, I think. So, anyways, all right. So, let's see. I think that was all. All right. So, let me say, see you later, alligator. So, yeah, I've just been pulling up pictures off the computer. I did order some more for that selfie, the little thing that prints from your phone. But I think it only prints one size. And if I do it on my computer, I have some HP photo paper, and that seems to be working. Now, they're not as good a photo if I took them to, or had like, Walgreens or Walmart or whoever prints pictures anymore. They might be better quality, but they look pretty good. And I just have to kind of, like, some of them I had a little more white around them because I couldn't quite make them be like a 3x3 or whatever. So I'll just kind of play with it. But I've just been like pulling up pictures off the computer or my phone, and Jeff sent me some to print out. So I need to do this more often. I also pulled out some old pages from forever ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna take some of those old photos and put them on some of my new pages, just because they're nicer. And in the old days of scrapbooking, I mean, with those deckled scissors, everything was cut in a circle, and oh my gosh, it's just craziness. So scrapbooking nowadays is a little better. I shouldn't say nowadays, but how it's been for the last few years. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of those pages that I got finished, and I'm looking forward to getting the rest of my kits done. And so now what I'll do is I'll cut cut the pages, have them ready, and then I will figure out what photos are going to go on them before I put the stickers. So anyways, all right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I will see you Monday for my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist, and that will be 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Have a great weekend, and I will see you then. All right, bye for now.